All right, be honest with me. You kind of like going to the beach or golfing or traveling, right? You like being able to go where you'd like to go on vacation. But what about people who like to do that for work? Maybe they don't want to be in an office. Maybe you, as the owner of the business or an executive, you don't necessarily need your people in the office. Are you ready for that? Did the pandemic change everything for you? Did you change with the pandemic? Did you look at the benefits of having full time remote workers? If not, maybe just having a discussion about this is the thing that will change your mind. So let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Chris Burns from Techie Gurus, and welcome back. So we're moving into summer. Like I said, we want to travel. We want to do things with our families. You can still work while you're remote for the most part. I mean, obviously, if you manufacture something, that's a little more difficult, but it's something that is here to stay. And a lot of companies have embraced it. Some haven't. Some have forced people to come back in the office because sometimes change is hard. Sometimes not being able to see an employee every day is hard. So we have to kind of adjust our business around the reality that there are going to be remote workers. There's going to be a hybrid workforce. And if you don't change to adapt to that, you're probably going to have some problems. Let's start this from the employee side, right? So what are the benefits to the employee? Well, one is just better work-life balance. And it's just a thing for people to have an office at their house where they can do their work, they can wake up, they can have their coffee, they can do what they need to do and just get to work. They don't have to worry about commuting. They have to worry about spending an hour to 2 hours in traffic each way, which leads to less stress, which then leads to increased productivity and focus. See, when you're at home, you're not tied to office politics. When you're at home, you're not worrying about the commute because that commute, that's a grind. If you're driving an hour every day just to get to work, to drive an hour to get home, that's a grind. It reduces your quality of life. It makes you a worse employee. So if you can avoid it, you don't have to do it. A lot of times you're going to have happier employees, and that's going to lead to a better benefit for the business as well. So let's kind of switch gears a little bit, and let's talk about, from a workplace perspective, what is the benefit for the actual business? From the employer perspective, it leads to improved retention. Top talent is going to be motivated to stay with you if they can work remote. If you're forcing them to be in the office every single day, that's a really big downside. Now, I understand that if you have manufacturing, things like that require people to be on site, you can't change that. But for the office workers, for the people that aren't manufacturing or producing like that, there's not really a reason in today's world where they need to be in the office. And that leads us to the next thing is it's workplace diversity. You can hire people from anywhere. So if you're in a really expensive area for hiring certain talent, guess what? You can hire talent in the Midwest or in more rural areas, and honestly, you could probably pay them less, but they're making more than they can make locally. They're working remote. You're getting a really good employee, and you're also getting the benefit of not paying the same rates that you're paying in your market. That's a big value. And number three, we move on to like employee values, right? So the employees are going to find benefits from remote work that outweigh the disadvantages. So this goes back to the improved retention. It goes back to more diversity in your business. So number four, let's just move on to financial and sustainability efforts. Now, if you have 20 people in your business and it's all office work and they all come into the office, you have to have space for 20 people. However, if you know that you're going to go to more of a hybrid/remote workforce and you're only ever going to have 5 people in the office, you can downsize your office to only having the space for 5 people, or maybe having the space for 10 people so that you can expand back into it. But again, you're saving money. You're keeping more money in the business because you don't have to pay the real estate costs of, hey, having the ability to support 20 people in an office. It also goes to environmental sustainability as well. You're going to be a more environmentally friendly organization by having a remote workforce, just from the simple fact of you're not having people drive their cars to work every day. Now, I know if that's not important to you, it doesn't matter, but for some people it is important. And that's going to be one of the things that improves just because of just having a work from home or a hybrid workforce. So where do we go from here? Well, I saw a recent poll, and I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like 61% of people wanted to remain hybrid at least for the next year. 27% wanted to remain remote and never come back to the office. So this has really put different companies in binds. You've seen throughout the Great Resignation that if you force your employees to come back to the office, there's a chance that a bunch of them are going to quit. They're going to go find a different job. They're going to work for a company that allows them to work remote or at least hybrid. So we got to embrace this. We have to embrace the change. We have to embrace the way that workers have determined that, hey, you know what? I like the freedom and flexibility of being able to work from home or work remote or work from wherever I need to. Maybe I want to take a vacation, but I'm going to work the entire time and I'm just going to enjoy my vacation outside of work hours. That freedom for a lot of employees is huge. So we have to embrace it. But we have to embrace it in a very smart way. We have to address the risks of work from home and having remote workers. And then we also have to enjoy the benefits of it. The improved retention for employees. The diversity it promotes. The capital you can save by just hiring people in different regions from where you're at. It's green. And you just need to enjoy the ROI that results from this type of initiative. The world has changed. Have you? Has your business? These are the things we need to think about as we go through this month and we talk about work from home and remote work. So until next time, stay cyber safe.